Coming to you from Proofpoint Protect 2025, I'm Kristina Ayanian from Nasdaq. And joining me is Rémi Thomas, Chief Financial Officer at Proofpoint. Rémi, thank you so much for joining.
My pleasure.
Now, Thoma Bravo took Proofpoint private in 2021. How has the company changed since then?
Quite a bit. So back the year before they bought us, so 2020, we're about 1 billion in annual recurring revenue. Let's call it revenue. We're now north of 2 billion.
Wow.
So we've more than doubled in size. We've done 6 acquisitions. We've grown the company internationally, and we've diversified our portfolio. So we used to be considered an email security company. Now we're a human-centric security company because we have a full platform that operates at scale to protect our customers against anything that can have to do with the human-centric surface of attack.
A ton of growth happening in these 5 years. You've been CFO of a publicly traded company and now a private equity-backed company. Is there a difference in strategy or your approach?
So very different in the way you operate the company. Obviously, on the downside, you don't get to see your stock price every day. So if you feel like you're contributing to the company because you're private, you don't see the value appreciation. On the pros, tons of advantage. Yeah, I used to be talking to investors, buy side, sell side analysts every quarter. And we used to give a guidance by quarter. Now we really think about the long term. We worry about the strategy for the next 3 years and not necessarily quarter by quarter. The other key difference is our shareholder, Thoma Bravo, is an expert in cybersecurity. And when they buy an asset, it's not necessarily to drive margins up. Obviously, they like good margin, but it's to grow. And so they're really supportive if we want to make organic or inorganic investments in growth. That's what they want, because at the end of the day, the valuation at the exit will be higher if we're growing.
So you mentioned acquisitions. Since its inception in 2002, Proofpoint has acquired over 30 companies. What is your acquisition playbook, and how do you decide whether to buy or build?
That's a great question. So we typically look at smaller companies. I mean, the smallest size is 1 to 2 million in revenue. Some of them are bigger. We've had one acquisition that was north of 100, but most of them are tuck-in. And you could also call that acqui-hire. So we bought a company that has a great technology, a great team, and immediately we're going to take their products and put them in our go-to-markets. So the sort of echo chamber, how the products can resonate with customers, is going to be greatly amplified. And the reason we do that is because it accelerates time to market. So to your point about how do you decide if you want to buy or make inside, it's really time to market. Sometimes we feel like we can get a product faster enough with our own teams. In many, many cases, it's easier for us to buy a company that already has a product, and then we can start selling.
How does AI come into play? Does AI change your strategy? Are you buying AI-first companies? What's the strategy there?
So AI really has multiple impacts, but I'll summarize it. Number one, it changes the threats. The attackers who basically are trying to phish our customers with emails are becoming more sophisticated. And so our detection engine has to become more sophisticated. Secondly, we're now supplementing the service we offer customers with agentic capabilities. So we're making a lot of investment in new product and services to better serve our customers. Third, we as a company should be leveraging AI. How we write code can be accelerated, but also we can get great productivity. So as a CFO, I'm now looking at potential tools that can enhance the productivity of the finance team at Proofpoint. So multiple impacts.
Really using it as a tool rather than a replacement.
Correct. The idea is basically your employees are going to be focusing on higher value added tasks. Anything that's more transactional can be done through AI.
Absolutely, streamlining the entire process. Now, Thoma Bravo took the company private 5 years ago. I'm from Nasdaq. I have to ask, is there an exit strategy? Does an IPO come into play? Well, what's going on there?
I was worried you might ask that question, but it's totally fine. Look, they bought in 21, we're in 25, so it's been 4 years. You think in 26 will be 5 years. There's several scenarios for an exit, and obviously I don't control them. Thoma Bravo, they basically calls the shots. But we think the most likely scenario, given our size, is probably an IPO. That's certainly a scenario that's in our control. In order for us to be able to IPO, we need market conditions to be favorable. We need our equity story to be strong, and we need our financials to basically get to a valuation that would enable Thoma Bravo to get the return on their investment. So it's hard for me to commit on the timeline or a date, but thinking out to 26, 27, That's the more likely scenario that we see.
Definitely an exciting space and an exciting position to be in.
Absolutely.
And now we're living in the age of AI. If AI could do one thing for you personally, what would it be?
I would love for AI to fix my plumbing issues at my house, but unfortunately, I still need to call my plumber.
One day.
To do it.
One day.
Maybe
one day. Rémi, it was great chatting with you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for having us.